So Farnham is one of the clubs that has really thrown themselves into affiliation. They did a fantastic job last year.
I am a director here at Farnham and I also wear a couple of other hats. So I look after the under 11s age group, all their admin, and I also help look after lots of other areas.
Farnham have already affiliated 75% of their players for this coming season, 22-23, which is just brilliant. It's a huge club, so on a big scale they're doing this really well. And last year they were affiliating more than 600 players in a season. So what we want to do is just try and highlight how different clubs are doing that, and so other clubs can see how it's done.
I kind of got involved with it because we were being asked to do it by the club, and I personally couldn't log in last season and I couldn't find out how, and lots of people in the club tried to help me and they couldn't fix my login issue either, and so I had to dig quite deep to work out where to find the help to get my account sorted out. And in the process of doing that I met lots of people and I realised actually that we had quite a bit of cleaning up to do and it was quite a big job and someone needed to just crack on and get it done, so I kind of leapt feet first into just getting the problem fixed. So we've probably done a couple of different things. First off is a really obvious one, saying for everybody that it's a regulation and therefore it's basically compliance, it's mandatory. So we've just said, guys, this is what the RFU have asked of everyone who's playing. We need all under 18s to affiliate. And this is how you do it. But then actually for us as a club, in the future, our amazing membership secretary is looking to step away from the role and we will need a different subs collection system. So we're also looking to use it as our subsystem in the future. So there's a very direct personal gain for Farnham by getting everybody on board to the GMS. It means they're set up to future-proof different ways of sub collection in the future. A lot of people who are sporty, they've also played football, and every year for football you have to find your fan number, which is a bit similar to your RFU number, and you actually have to submit a copy of your child's passport when you re-register them every year to prove their age to play in FA leagues. And that's true for like all grassroots sport run by the FA, so it's actually much more work than what you have to do to affiliate to the GMS. So we try and say, like, we know you haven't had to do it before and we understand it's a bit of a change, but actually it's really, really simple and it's really straightforward, and once you've done it once it will just get easier and easier. And you have to do this in other sports anyway. You have to do this for cricket. It's just a variation on a theme. All of our age groups have an age group admin and it's all quite personal, like we're all friends, we know each other, we're split out because we're a really big club, but we, like, within the individual age groups we all know each other. So if I ask a friend to do something for me, they're just more likely to just say, yes, I'll help you out with that. Like, it needs doing, that's fine, let me just get it done. And I think there's just an element of that normal day-to-day cooperation that has enabled us to get it done a bit quicker. It's been a bit of a game of dominoes and then it's all sort of like waterfall down. So we had a few data issues with our GMS, just where it wasn't as tidy as it could have been, and that was causing problems for parents. So to start with, when I kind of worked out that was an issue, I became, as best as possible, a real expert on the GMS. So I tried to learn all the functionality in it, and I looked at who was meant to be in each age group and what was actually reflected on the GMS, and I tried to fix all the data. So I took loads of email addresses out where it was going to create login problems for parents. I linked loads of parents and children if they weren't correctly linked to start with. If there was any kind of problem that was going to cause a problem for a parent to affiliate, I tried to fix it before asking the parent to do it. We did it by every age group. We have about 60 kids in each age group. So I first went to the admins and I said, guys, I've given you level 3 registrar access to the GMS so that you will be able to look and see who in your age group is affiliated, who hasn't affiliated. Here's how you run the form that gives you that information. And this is also the common things that parents will have issues with. Please can you send them the re-affiliation link if they were previously on here, or if they're a new player, send them the how to create an account and the affiliation for new players link, and just ask everybody to do it. And then if you get any problems, come back to me and I will help you fix it, because there's loads of support out there, and there's also, obviously, you can raise a ticket with the RFU help desk. So I gave them that as well for anyone who's got login issues that I can't fix. Obviously, a few people did it quicker than others, and a few people it was trickier to chase down. To start with, I think most people sent emails to their age group, but then a lot of it got followed up on WhatsApp. So people tend to look at their phones a lot more often than they look at their emails. And if you put the link on their phone and they can immediately click it, and you've removed any extra pathway to make it more difficult, they tend to just sit there and do it straight away. Using WhatsApp as a way of communicating was really effective over just emailing people, where it's a little bit easier to maybe move on and not deal with it straight away. Year one was challenging for people at Farnham. If I'm very honest, I think it was challenging for two different reasons. One, I think maybe, I don't know what it is like for other clubs, if you already had an account that was created for you by your club members, they generated the RFU numbers historically, I don't think anyone had ever appreciated that that might get handed over to parents. There was simply a lot of email addresses and data in the wrong place that made our system unusable for parents, and we didn't understand well enough what we needed to correct to make it work. So it was just a big number of unknown unknowns that were making something quite simple excruciatingly painful. And I also think last year, and I completely understand the legacy of the pandemic things, there wasn't the support from the RFU in terms of raising help desk tickets and finding tuition that there is now. So it's a massively different ballgame this season to what it was last season, just because it's so much easier to find the answers that you may be looking for to fix it. And then once you've kind of more or less got those ducks in a row, it's really plain sailing.